Championship season after 12 games and 6 straight wins away from home as well at the start of the season. No team has ever done that in the second tier. Welcome along again to Matchday Live here on Fox's Hub with me, Dan Bates, Steve Walsh and Matty Friarter with me. We'll still have Jerry Taggart as well, and hopefully we'll get some live reaction from pitchside at the Swansea.com stadium, hopefully from manager Enzo Maresca and maybe one of the players, potentially one of the goal scorers in what's been, well, a record-breaking afternoon, Matty, and a comfortable win in the end, I guess, having gone a goal down.
Yeah, to turn it around, but I thought first half, especially after Swansea scored, Leicester on top, and then second half it was a case of, can you get yourselves back in front? They did that, and then it was a case, could you put the game to bed? And in the end managed, I said after the second it could be 4-1 this 5, and he created enough chances and thoroughly deserved the win, and the records they're breaking, it's just fabulous. But I thought second half in particular, you just saw the gulf in class between the two teams. I felt Leicester went up the gears and sort of blew Swansea away. Credit to Hermansen, at one point made a great save off Lowe, which may have turned it or got back into the equaliser, but generally Swansea didn't have too much second half, and that was credit to Leicester. They just went up the gears and made a team that's been in form look bang average within the league, and just a fabulous effort by the players and thoroughly deserved the win, particularly in the second half.
Yeah, terrific win today, 3 points, 3 goals. And patience was, again, shown, really. That gulfing class, like Matty's just said, I think is quite apparent. Leicester, for the majority of the game, controlled the game, fully deserved the win. It could have been more. And this was against a decent opposition today, Swansea. I think that, you can see why they have won 4 out of 5. And they competed well, but you've just got, there's too much class in this team, and I've not seen anybody yet to really test us to the full. So it is, it is what it is. It's a record-breaking win, and it's almost like we've got to say, who's going to stop us at this moment in time?
Jerry, you were there again to see Leicester City in the flesh. That was certainly worth the long trip down to South Wales, wasn't it? Yet another 3 points.
I'm not sure about that. I'm only joking. Yeah, listen, I thought it would be the same as we're saying. It's turned out that way. Pretty comfortable in the end. Rode their luck a little bit in the first half, but second half performance was top drawer, wasn't it? Spearheaded by Dewsbury Hall in my eyes. He was sensational in that second half, and they just took control of the game, even when Swansea were piling on the pressure, high presses, trying to get themselves back into the game. They just couldn't handle the technical ability of Leicester and the way that they play, and deserved the third goal. Really, when you analyse the chances and the quality of the chances that they missed as well, there should have been at least 4, possibly 5 today.
But on the other hand, Jerry, obviously Swansea had their chances. There was a great save from Hermansen on the stroke of half time, and then again from Lowe, as Matty said, in the second half. Yeah,
all down to sloppy play, mainly. It wasn't through good attack and play, although they did show some of that on the counter-attack in that first half, I have to say, Swansea. But for me, the first chance at the end of the first half is sloppy. James Justin, for me, needs to clear his lines there. He just pops the ball up in the air. Swansea regain possession, go through, and Cullen hits a great shot that Hermansen tips under the bar and away for a corner. And then Ricardo, so unlike him, sloppy pass from him straight into the path of Lowe, and Hermansen pulls off a great save. But other than that, it's not like Swansea opened Leicester up. Their main chances came from sloppy play from Leicester, in all honesty.
But yeah, I guess that's part and parcel of the way they're playing at the moment. But they won't care. They've made 11 wins.
No,
as well.
That's right. And the topic of the Enzo's quotes in his write-up was improvements, and I think that is, what will happen and is happening. The process, like I said, we're getting better and better. not just in our play, in the whole thing. You know, everyone's buying into how we play, how we operate. You know, the philosophy of what he wants, Enzo, and it's working well. I mean, it was a convincing win. It was, you know, they dominated. Let's be honest, we've dominated that game, and we always do dominate possession. We've been patient again, and although I'm getting impatient, but but it's fantastic. And like I said, it's just one of those things at the moment. I keep looking at other teams. There's probably Leeds have just come back and won 3-2, and I'm looking ahead again. I shouldn't do, because you've got to look at the next game, and that's Sunderland. But no, today there was a lot of good things, but there's things to work on and things to improve. And I think this season is growing stronger and stronger each game, and it's going to be an exciting season for Leicester fans.
The scary thing, I think they're playing the best football away from home. As much as the control at home, it's a case of, can you break down the opposition? As once the game gets stretched in the second half, some of the decisions, some of the runs, I know Jerry mentioned Keenan, but breaking forward for the second goal, he does brilliant in terms of strength, power running in behind, which I said at the start, he would run off their midfield players. They couldn't cope with it. Then it's the cutback and the quality of the finish, and then as the game gets stretched, you see the best of Leicester in terms of work the ball through. Great pass by Ricardo, great finish for someone who's coming on in Kelechi. So both forwards are firing each other up, but I think you can really express themselves, particularly away from home, once it gets stretched. But they've had to earn the right. Difficult place to go and made it look easy. Not many teams will go to Swansea and make it look that comfortable, and thought second half in particular got the decisions right in terms of the final ball, and at times it was a little bit like a wave attack. Can you find that right pass? And they did that, and it could have been even more emphatic, but all in all Leicester looked miles above Swansea, and it is a hard place to go.
Yeah, and Swansea came out that second half, they came out with good shape. They didn't chase too much like they did that first half to try and conserve energy, and it was almost like Leicester for 5 minutes of that second half seemed to tire. And unlike them, but they soon snapped out of it. The counter attacking play when Swansea did get forward and try it, it was they dispossessed. And then you could see the slide rule passes from Dewsbury Hall, from Ricardo. The chance that Dewsbury Hall slotted through for Ndidi, that the opportunity there he had, took the wrong option again. Decision making, we talked about that at half time, but it's about putting the ball in the net. We did it 3 times, and it's enough. 3 goals away from home will win the majority of the games that you're playing. Now, there is improvement, but Enzo must be happy with the way the lads are playing, and he's got them completely on side. I love the fact of there's that energy in the team and that real direct play from the wide players. It's really good to watch.
Who impressed you, Jerry Taggart, the most? Obviously, you were on co-commentary duty for us. You could see it live in person.
Well, I give Dewsbury Hall my man of the match. So, but I thought Mavididi played really well. Wilfred Ndidi, Harry Winks, Pereira was solid apart from that one blip. The 2 centre halves again looked solid for the most part. Apart from maybe the goal, I thought maybe Wout Faes could have done better with the initial header. But
Jerry, I had Mavididi first half and Dewsbury Hall the second half.
Mavididi,
so I can't choose.
Mavididi definitely in the first half, but I think Dewsbury Hall was the difference for the goals, wasn't he? At least one of the goals in the second half. His running from midfield was exceptional. I think everybody had a really solid game today. There's Hermanson as well when called upon. James Justin again. All right, he tired a little bit. Or on a few occasions got caught out down Swansea's right a couple of times in the second half. But good solid performances from everybody today. But as I say, Dewsbury Hall was just made the difference today for me in that second half. He really did.
And he's shown his quality. We spoke about him before the game, Walshy, didn't we, Dewsbury Hall, and we know how good he is, and he's shown it again today.
Yeah, I think his power and strength, to create that goal in the end. You look at him and he chases lost causes. He works hard as a player. He's very fit. You don't see him really tired. but his work rate for this team is incredible, and this is the balance that Leicester have got, because you have to have. It's all right having silky wingers who can go past players, but you've got to also have the right balance in your other players and midfield players especially. He's got a great engine, we know that, and now he's showing that he can get goals on the tally. No, obviously not today, but it's the creation of him now. He's starting to play these nice through balls, and he's getting into wide positions and cutting in and just using his strength and power. I think he's a terrific player, is Dewsbury, and he started the season. He's been one of the one for the player of the season at the moment.
Probably across the whole league, not just Leicester.
But I think Jerry was right with Mavididi, and we all said first half he had a terrific first half. But Winks, unsung hero at the moment, he's a terrific player. I thought James Justin had an off day in a sense, although he's still a very, very good player. There's no doubt. I think things didn't quite go his way today. He made a few, errors in his passing but he likes to run forward with the ball, doesn't he? And I think because of the wingers we've got now, it kind of stops him getting as far forward as he wants to. And but still, all round, every player that you look at, there was 7, 8 out of 10, I would say, and there's 3 or 4 on 8 and 9. So convincing.
There is some sad news to report, I'm afraid, in the footballing world this afternoon as the Leicester City game was going on. It's been confirmed, and we're deeply saddened to say that Manchester United and England legend Sir Bobby Charlton has passed away. He was obviously an inspirational member of England's 1966 World Cup winning squad. The game has truly lost one of the nation's greats, so rest in peace to Sir Bobby Charlton there. Still to come on Matchday Live here on Fox's Hub. We'll hopefully get some reaction from pitchside at the Swansea.com stadium, and we'll continue to assess today's victory.
Who wants to join me? Shopping at King Power. 3-day, 2-night stay booked. See ya.
To the rooftop bar.
To snap a photo for my IG.
To eat the famous pad thai.
The new collection is calling me.
Sure, there's a perfume I want. Let me ask my sis.
Yes, of course I'm going.
Leicester City, Fox never quit.
Let's go. It's possible because King Power is more than just duty-free. Shop latest trends in beauty and gadgets, your coolest staycation, the legendary pad thai, best street food in town, a place to support your team, a fancy dinner, enjoy shopping at downtown stores and online, or even the thrill of a new experience. Explore your everyday possibilities. The power of possibilities. King Power.
The new season's nearly here and the opinions are getting stronger.
We've got serious pulling power now.
What? To get the top 2 players now?
Aye?
It's like I've been saying, if he settles the squad, we'll be back on top.
Only this time we're going for the quadruple.
You are joking, aren't you?
The time for talk is nearly over.
With over £4 million in free bet giveaways and huge price boosts, kick off your season with Sky Bet. That's betting better.
Jameson Black Barrel unlocks a richer taste experience from barrels charred black by fire for notes of butterscotch, toasted oak, and moments like this.
You're built different. Breathing new life into broken. Taking matters into your own hands. Assembling big dreams from the small things. Never stopping until you find right part at the right price. That's the eBay way.
Hello, football fans.
This is a smart meter display. It helps you tackle energy usage, manage your spending, and keep you on target. Now that's a hat trick. Search Get a Smart Meter today.
Jameson Black Barrel unlocks a richer taste experience from barrels charred black by fire for notes of butterscotch, toasted oak, and ooh, moments like this.
The new season's nearly here and the opinions are getting stronger.
We've got serious pulling power now.
What? To get the top two players now?
Aye?
It's like I've been saying, if he settles the squad, we'll be back on top.
Only this time we're going for the quadruple.
You are joking, aren't you?
The time for talk is nearly over.
With over £4 million in free bet giveaways and huge price boosts, kick off your season with Sky Bet. That's betting better.
Welcome back to Matchday Live here on Fox's Hub, following a record-breaking victory for Leicester City. No team has ever got more than 30 points in their opening 12 championship matches, nor has any side won their opening 6 away games in the division. It's all been spearheaded, of course, by manager Enzo Maresca. We can get some live reaction from him right now at the Swansea.com stadium.
The most important thing, playing a good game. I think we scored some more goals, be a little bit more clinical, especially first half, but at the end, very happy.
And how important was that goal just before half-time in terms of getting the 3 points?
Yeah, it was pretty important, but at the same time, I think we completely deserved it. The draw scored the first goal, because before the goal we create some chances. At the end, it's always difficult. Also, they want to create chances for goals, so we control quite well.
And despite making those chances, we of course did fall behind. What do you feel about the character of the team to be able to turn things around?
Yeah, absolutely. Character, and especially don't lose our way to play, continue in the same way, because at the end we know that we are going to create some chances.
And finally, looking ahead to Sunderland, the confidence must be pretty high going into that one now.
Yeah, now we are going to play every 3 days, so it's always a tricky one, because you never know how we react in terms of tidiness, but for them it's the same.
Thank you very much.
That was Enzo Maresca there speaking after the victory away at Swansea today. From what we could hear of it, Walsh, he's clearly a very happy man with another victory today.
Of course he is, yeah, he's very pleased, and I think, like I say, he said they could have been more clinical, and that's true. But we still scored 3 goals. We could have had five goals. Really would have worked nicely today. Or as Matty predicted, 4-1, was it, Matty, you were saying? But we're not getting carried away, Batesy. That's what we're not doing, are we? I've just said to Matt as well, it's all over, we've won the league. But no, we can't say these things, we're not allowed. I suppose if I was a football player, you wouldn't ever think about that. You just think about the next game. But I'm getting quite excited now, Matt.
Yeah, I can tell.
Jerry Taggart is still with us down in South Wales. Jerry, you can probably hear Walsh's enthusiasm from there and probably see his smile from here as well. Oh, we've not got Jerry. We've lost Jerry now.
Oh, we'll
come back to him, which is a shame. But you can do that. I mean, you're next to Walshy now. Obviously, he's delighted. We're all delighted, and everyone to do with the club is everyone who's travelled down today, everyone who's watched on Fox's Hub today or listened with us. It's been a really, really good start to the season, and the whole club needed it, obviously, after what happened.
Yeah, so impressive, and today was just highlighted that. I thought it was excellent, particularly in that second half, and to think they went a goal down, it's crazy, and then going, in the end, it could have been a cricket score in the end if you put the chances away, but really impressive, playing some really exciting football. The fans are behind it, the players are behind it, and the manager's keeping everything controlled, feet on the ground, and always feel with Enzo as if more can be delivered. And you're thinking, well, the top of the table, breaking all sorts of records, which is really good because it keeps the players grounded as well, because the demands he expects upon the players. But today was such a good performance away from home, and as I said previously, against a good team themselves. And I don't know what the possession stats were at the end. It looked like Leicester dominated from start to finish and looked a threat. And when they were going forward, it was a case of how many at times.
Yeah, I think that, you know, when they went 1-0 down, that response, you could see, to me, I always felt like we were going to win that game. It was like never in doubt, really, in a sense. But you know, you've got to do it. But you just felt that the goals were going to come, and let's be patient. And they did. They worked it out. They worked away, and won the battles in the end, and showed that superiority in every department. So they're doing this regularly in every game that we play. You know, we're clearly better players. You know, from just technically, but also from a strategic way of how we set up, how we play, how we operate now. Every player knows what you know Enzo wants from him. So it's a great formula when you see and watch the fruition of what's happening now. You know, like I said, there's some real exciting play when we get the ball as well, when we get it wide. You know, this is you can see what we're trying to do, the inverted fullbacks, the rotation of players, the chances we're creating. Just the whole everything is working so well, and yet there's still room for improvement. And so this is, like I said, this season will get better and better. But you know, I look at the games coming up. We've got Sunderland, QPR, Leeds, Middlesbrough, Watford, Sheffield Wednesday. I said it earlier on, we've got 7 games. We've got 6 now in 4 or 5 weeks. So one game's chalked off, 3 points.
Yeah.
You know, that's how the players have got to look at it. They've just got to go, right, just look at the next game. And it's Sunderland. I understand that, but I'm not a player anymore. I can look ahead and think, right, there's 3 points there, there's 3 points there, there's another 3 there. I just don't see us getting beat. But but no, I don't want to be kissing dead, but it's just seemed too good, and I don't like to say it, but at this stage of a season, we've only played 12 games, yet, you know, I've got a real good feeling, and everybody else has, so let's go with it. Let's go with the flow, eh?
You're confident, Matty, maybe not as confident as Walshy, but listen, 11 wins from 12 at the start of a season. If any team does that, it's an incredible achievement.
It is.
And they'll be wanting to push on and do even better.
Yeah, they just look brilliant, don't they? I think when Walshy was touching on it, they've got a fantastic trait of, it seems like they've got abundance of energy. As the game progresses or goes into the second half, they seem as if they get more energy, as if it's the first kick of the game. And the other team, for example, Swansea today, looked like they lost the legs. And that's what this Leicester side can do. They just break away from players, and they've got pacey players as well. So that just opens it up, and it becomes exciting football on top of the control when they need it. But then at the same time, they just seem to blow teams away with that style. And I love seeing them, especially away from home. But even the home form, the other day, they looked really comfortable. And again today, and it's credit to obviously the staff and the players, but they look so good, and it's enjoyable to watch as well. On top of it, they're not just grinding out wins, they're playing teams off the park.
Yeah, football could really, it can hurt you when you don't expect it. It's like earlier with my Luton friend, I always have a bit of stick, and I've been obviously giving him quite a bit of stick, and they've ended up getting 2 late goals, and you look stupid, you know. But I just don't see this with how our season's going at the moment, because, you know, I've got to see better class in teams and players that I'm seeing to compete against Leicester, and this is the great thing what Enzo's done. He made a hell of a lot of changes, and, you know, sometimes I was a bit concerned with that. There's a lot of change because it can go really wrong, and but it's been strategic and clever in the way that he's done it, and like I say, he's I spoke to him, he's a terrific guy, and it's you've got to say well done to the board as well at the minute, you know. And let's say we're 12 games into this, and I have to rein myself in at the moment and try to, but I'm really confident, and so we all should be cautious, but very, very confident.
Yeah, Leicester 11 points clear of third place Leeds after 12 games. Obviously very, very impressive. And let's talk about the goals themselves. The important one in the second half, I guess, was the one from Abdul Fatawu, Matty, and he took that really well. That was the goal that gave Leicester the lead and then were able to allow them to play how they wanted to play.
Yeah, they worked the ball well down. Obviously, it was Dewsbury Hall's run inside the fullback and centre-back, traditional run of his, really strong to retain the ball, pulls the cross back, and then you're thinking, Wilf, go and hit it. He must have had a shout from Fatawu to leave it because he didn't want to take the strike on.
We said that, didn't we?
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to.
Yeah.
I would have been shooting wherever it may have gone, but got onto it, and it was a really crisp finish into the roof of the net, and that set Leicester on the way. And the third was sort of similar in many ways, built from the back. I think there was a quick interchange of play, and then Ricardo burst forward, through pass, but then Swansea was stretched to that point. Iheanacho comes on, may have been a little bit cold. It looked like he may have pulled his hamstring on the finish, got a bit of fortune, and then
seems okay though, didn't he?
Adjusted his feet really well and just swept it past the keeper. And initially I thought he'd done himself some harm, but he seemed to run it off, and it wasn't a hamstring. And again, he comes on and makes an impact. Gets it. I think that's 5 in 5 or 6 in 6. He's in great form as well. So yeah, it looks really ominous for the other teams in the league, and at the minute Leicester do, without getting carried away, look a cut above the rest.
I think we and Jerry maybe had touched upon it, but the pass from Ricardo for Iheanacho is
terrific.
Fantastic.
There was about 3 or 4 real slide rule passes, we used to call them, and they were the weight of pass to put that into someone's pathway is terrific. And Ricardo's pass there was just sublime. It really was. And Dewsbury Hall through to Ndidi when he fluffed that chance, but it was a key moment for us. And Iheanacho got a little bit lucky with the goal, but he whatever you say about he scores goals, doesn't he? And we were just talking earlier about him maybe 5 minutes earlier coming on. I was hoping so, but what can you say? Enzo's got it right, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's not got many things wrong, has he? Yet,
no, he hasn't, and there's not any criticism. And like I said, he's that key word again is improvement. He wants to improve all the time, and he's going to be working on a lot of things. And because there was moments today when we were a bit sloppy and we got caught out. So we have to work on these things and stop that happening, and then you become even stronger.
Yeah, they have just looked so in control at times, Matty, which is great to watch, and particularly when they got that second goal. I know Swansea had a couple of chances, but really Leicester, even from when Swansea took the lead, you thought that there was only going to be one team that were going to win the game.
Yeah, you did straight away.
And that's confidence.
Yeah, it is. You could say the goal was against the run of play, although the one shot at that moment in time which Swansea had, because I can't remember much else before then. They had the chance before half time, but yeah, Leicester generally controlled it, and away from home
62% possession was the ending.
It'll be interesting to see if when you go to these places like say Ellen Road, or if there was a Wolves or a Newcastle from years ago when used to play in stadiums that were volatile. I've not seen.
But I think there's subduing the opposition, tiring them down and breaking them down, and letting the ball.
You're quieted in the crowds, aren't you?
Do the work. So that's credit to the players and how the setup and the confidence in what they're doing, going about their own business. They even went to Anfield and played the stuff in a changed team. So they're more than capable, and I don't want to really be looking at the others, which I'm sure Enzo isn't. Just focusing on Leicester's play and showing how good they are and how clinical they can be as well.
Yeah, just finally, Matty, sum up for us this unbelievable record-breaking start to the season that Leicester have made.
Quite phenomenal, in all honesty. Just the stylistic way they're going about it, the attacking flow to it, and real control as well. It's just been incredible start to the season.
Fantastic. Thank you very much to Steve Walsh and to Matty Fryatt for their company with me, Dan Bates, this afternoon on Matchday Live here on Fox's Hub. We've got plenty more coming your way over the course of the next week or so. Of course, it's another game on Tuesday. Before that, though, we've got extra time. We're going to assess this victory over Swansea in deeper detail. That is from 6 p.m, so do join us on Monday evening for that. Then it's a big home game against Sunderland. Sunderland losing today, though, away at Stoke. They could have gone third if they got that victory there. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff, so we're live from 7, so do join us for that. And as ever, you can listen to the latest edition of the Leicester's the Place podcast. Martin O'Neill in conversation with Jerry Taggart and Matt Elliott. Keep an eye out, by the way, for LCFC Women. They're in action here at King Power Stadium this evening against Manchester City. It's very much a top-of-the-table clash at the moment at the start of the season. There's about 15 minutes gone in that one. Manchester City, though, the visitors have got the lead in that one. You can follow the action on the Leicester City social media channels. But it's goodbye from me, Walshy and Matty today on a record-breaking victory for the Foxes. No team has got more than 30 points after 12 games. No team has won their first 6 away games in the second tier, and it's 11 wins from a possible 12 and a very, very good start to the season. Goodbye.